Hey, everybody. I am Shaniqua.
And I'm Crystal. And we are here today with the Authentic Souls Tribe, and we're going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Kayla Wynn. I'm a licensed massage therapist.
And I am Rebecca Pappas, and I am a mental health therapist and energy worker.
All right. So we've been on this journey for quite some time. We're going from victim to victor. So last week we actually were discussing victimhood and things that we went through in our childhood, because that's really where our victimhood came from. And so then today we're just going to kind of recap over that, but then also just get some advice and some guidance of how going on this journey of healing, ways to do it.
And then we're going to add in there also that, this is F No Friday. So we definitely want to get your input on what you say F no to on this Good Friday, so we can go from there.
Yeah. All right.
So basically, just to go over our recap of last week. So basically, we discussed some exciting things about relationships, childhood trauma, and so on.
Was it exciting?
I was excited. I rung up like my divorce. I mean, when you are facing it, it's exciting to me. It's up to you. I don't know. But mine was exciting. What was yours?
It's interesting. You asked me a question and it really stumped me, because I didn't even know how to answer, because I realized I never even thought about it.
So just to go over some things, because I know you guys were not a part of it, is one of the main things that I felt like being a victim is that it starts with a lot of times our childhood. Now, sometimes there's situations where people have the best childhood and they go into adult life and something do occur, right? But most of the time, for my research, is that it starts with a kid, something that you go through. And so one of the major questions was really, when did she feel like she was a victim and what was it based off of? And it kind of went back to her childhood of where it started. And then it went into her relationships. And same here. So that's kind of what we pretty much discussed.
I think for me, the question was, when did you know? When did you realize that you were a victim? And it's like, dang. Like when do you go through things and it's normal, right? It's like, this is normal. This is what I'm used to going through. So it's like, damn, when do I stop and say like, okay, wait, no, it's not normal. And then how do we unnormalize what we've known our entire life?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So to you ladies, we of course want to receive all of your information. We pretty much want to know, your knowledge, you guys. I mean, you're the pros in this situation. So we definitely want that, but we also want your background as well. So, anyone, I don't care who, can you kind of go first and tell me your background, your victim's story, and kind of go from there?
Yeah, sure. So my childhood, I think from the outside looking in, everybody would have thought that it was like this amazing thing, I have two parents. They're still together. Conventionally, it looks like amazing from the outside looking in. My first instance of victimhood happened when I was about 3 years old. I won't go too much into detail. I don't feel like sharing about that entirely, but I will say that obviously as a young child, I didn't see myself as a victim, until I think it was probably my first real relationship when I was like 16 going on 17. And I started realizing all these things. And then definitely when I moved out of the house and when I was like 18, kind of experiencing the world for the first time is when I really started to realize like, okay, just how I was reacting to things, certain things that would trigger me. Mm-hmm. I think that's when I first started to realize too that I was a victim.
Okay. So would you say it started with your childhood, or would you say it's something that happened when you got older?
Definitely started with my childhood, but I don't think I realized until I was late in my teens, early adult. And then just being a massage therapist now, I start to realize too that all of these traumatic things that have happened in our lives, we still hold in our body. Mm-hmm. We still hold these things, this pain in our body. And it's really important for us to release it too. So not just like talking through things mentally, but also releasing them throughout your body.
Okay.
Okay, releasing them throughout your body. How?
Mm-hmm. So she can attest to this. We've had a trauma release session before. Some pain that you might be feeling, some chronic pain, some stagnant pain, it's stored in your body. And so during my session, we kind of talk through it, and it's not like a relaxing session by any means, but there's a lot of emotions that come when I'm working through whatever place you're feeling. So for Rebecca, if I can use you as an example,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rebecca's hips are extremely tight. So when I was working throughout that part of her body in that session, there were a lot of emotions that came up, and I was basically holding space and allowing her to release them. So there was a lot of crying, some screaming, but you did feel better afterwards, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So do your hips feel better too?
They do. That one was probably, well, we've done it twice, at least 2 times where I have
a couple years ago too.
Yeah. The first time we really did the traumatic experience work, I was really glad that I had come in on kind of a day off because it was loud. It was really loud. And I felt good for, I would say, it didn't get really bad where I needed to do it again for at least a year and a half, probably. But, when you experience trauma and your body remembers it through the seasons, your DNA remembers it. Some of the work I do works on generational trauma, right? And so that it can get passed down even. So this is like deeply rooted, deeply seated. So getting it out and then trying to work through the emotions around it too. But sometimes those dates come up, right?
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
April 10th, horrible thing happened to me in 21. And so like every year around April, my body tenses back up. But then my body tenses up again in October. Right?
Gotcha.
So about twice a year, my body just clenches. And I'm like practically in a state of like a Kegel almost down there, like constant. And I have to remind myself. But it's through movement. It's through processing my emotions. It's when the memories come up, I don't hold them in. I'm not ashamed of them. I did not do these things. Someone else did them. And so I refuse to like take responsibility or accountability for someone else's behavior. Right.
Okay.
And so that's where you start moving into releasing that victimhood, right?
Most definitely.
Which is what you guys were kind of asking about.
Yeah.
So,
Well, my question is, what's the difference between a regular massage and
well, there's a lot of different
the
kinds of
release.
massages. Haven't you seen that guy on the internet who's like pulls your hair and
Yeah.
I know, but I might have that be right.
you don't do that. But I'm just saying,
There
like,
was a couple of them. I mean, he was like smacking, but I'm like, okay, I get it.
I don't do all that.
right. For the record, there's a lot of different kinds of massage, right?
I'll say this. I have had a massage by Caleb before. And during the massage, I did fall asleep. But prior to...
That's me too.
Yeah, but like, as you're like going to sleep, you know how like you can still hear things around you, but you just can't get up, right? I seen colors, like different colors based off of different areas of my body that she was working on.
That's because she does energy work while she's doing it.
And I did not know. I did not expect that. It was like lethargic. I swear. When I was like, what is happening? Like I am seeing these colors. Like it's wild. So the difference between that and then.
So there are different types of massage. And I will always make sure that the client is ready for something like that, because it's not something to be really taken lightly. So I do like regular style Swedish massage for relaxation. But then if you're wanting to really get down to like the nitty gritty and you feel like there's some blockages in your body that you're ready to release, that's when we do some work together. And it's more of like, me kind of talking you through the stages and then us working together to find the pinpoint and making sure that you are ready to even release that.
Okay.
And then making sure that we seal it back up too.
Which is a lot of what intakes are for, is to find out whether somebody even needs that or whether they've just had a really stressful work week and need a Swedish massage or like We've been doing skin raking. She does that for me quite a bit because after I listen to trauma all day, I hold a lot of that in my upper back.
Most definitely.
Which
that
is
makes
then
sense.
making my fingers tingle because it's pinching nerves, right? So she'll do like skin raking through my arms and
makes
shoulders to
sense.
help
Oh,
release.
yeah, sign me up, please.
Hold on, that
Yeah.
makes sense because I thought that happened to me once, and I'm like, why is my fingers, they be going numb and stuff? And then I went to get a massage, and she was like, girl, what are you doing?
Right.
Carrying the whole world on your shoulders? I'm like, probably.
And
Yeah.
that's a thing too, that I will mention is whenever you have been through some trauma, a lot of times, like, we're just constantly in a state of being on edge or like in fear. So raising those shoulders to kind of like protect yourself, being ready, that's something that I do too. So learning to relax and, you know, trust yourself to make
pretty
these
hard for me.
judgments.
I could see that.
I'll feel it like when I'm just in the car and I'll be like, oh, hold up.
Yeah, like, okay, hold on.
Well, I mean, we hold pain, we hold emotion, we hold disease, we hold our happiness somatically.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like, oh, my emotions, and I store those in a pouch right here. No, they're everywhere across
Yes.
your entire body. So Kayla helps move that around depending on what the client wants. Yeah, and she's amazing at it. I will say that because it was locked for a long time.
So, Kayla, just kind of briefly, I just kind of, you know, I know you went through, as you said, your childhood trauma to relationships. Like, for instance, just what I realized, and I'll just go back, like, from what I seen is that I have always protected people around me. So I feel like what I seen, I turned my head. Like, I didn't know what was going on. And so I think when I started doing that, as I got older, I realized that even my parents, my siblings, and just so on, people start thinking like, oh, she's just a blonde. That's what my sister called me sometimes. And you know, and no shade to true blonde heads, but you know, that's what she calls me. I'm like, no. I see everything you do. And sometimes I see everything you do. Like, you guys know, we discuss, strong level of ADHD. I don't miss or blink. So I know energy, I know body language, and I know feelings. Now, sometimes I'm really good at playing them off, but trust me, I see it. So I realized that it started happening in my relationships too, where they think that I'm not paying attention when I am paying attention. They think they can lie when they can't lie, and they think that I'm slow when I'm not slow, and so on. So then you always have to prove a point. And then, of course, my name is Shaniqua Jackson. So I always got to prove a point before I walk in the room. So, you know, I mean, that's just me. So with that being said, I feel like that started, right? Just that little stuff. And then, of course, the things we go through as kids, you know, life situations, parents, they also, like, for instance, my parents did not have the best parents. So they came in with it, but they tried to give us as much love as they knew how, but they never received it. Yeah. So it was really hard for them to be able to do so. But they tried, you know, they tried their best. So in relationships wise, like, you know, mine's is settling. You know, that was my last week. I got a new one though. But this last week was really settling. I realized that's what I did in my relationships. I settled in my relationships with my family. I settled. I kept myself very small to satisfy everybody else around me. And I did it in my relationships as well. You know, and that is one of my biggest things that I am breaking from is settling, you know, and so I have no energy for anything that make me feel belittled. As in,
why you keep looking at me? Oh, my bad.
Throw them bows. But yeah, so you know, so I have nothing. I don't have patience.
Earlier too.
I don't care. Nobody care. I don't have patience. I don't care. They don't matter. So I don't have patience for that, you know, so what would you say, like, even as a kid and when you grew up and you got in relationships, what do you feel that you went through as a kid that was holding you back in those relationships?
Yeah. For my thing, and I can really relate to you on this, was people pleasing.
Yeah.
Making sure everybody around me was okay and putting myself absolutely last. So same thing. And I think at the same time too, I would overhelp and do all these things for people. And then at the end of the day, I was left feeling drained. And I also kind of felt resentment towards the person too, which I realized in my first relationship was, you know, I'm doing all these things because I feel like I need to prove my worth.
Yeah.
And because I feel like I need to do these things for you to love me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't just being myself, because that's why they love me in the first place, you know? So that,
And then
that and just holding accountability for like my own things that I did in my relationship too. You know, it's not always just the other person. Obviously, he did fuck up. He did fuck up, you know? But there are some things too that I learned throughout that relationship too. And that was, that I just need to put myself first. Right. And in order to, you know, welcome and receive all of this love, you need to be loved and you need to love yourself.
Mm-hmm. And so sometimes, and this is what I feel like I'm going through on that, definitely in a relationship, is that sometimes whoever, sometimes they take you apart, you know, like God took me and said, hey, I need your uninvited attention. Yeah. I need just you.
Uninvited or undivided?
Undivided, whatever. Shoot, I need your undivided attention. Yeah. Well, she know once I get going, my brain works and it don't matter to me. So, I don't think and double think and all of that, but let me be me. Let the customers tell me and I'll explain it to them. Thank you. Go back to school. Go to be an English teacher. Poor daughter. I know she'd be having a heart attack at home. But whatever. I realized I got pulled apart and I'm like, if I don't focus, if I don't love on me, the blessings that God has coming for me, I'm not going to receive them, because sometimes he is really trying to get your what?
Undivided
attention.
Yeah, it's crazy because I am really struggling with people pleasing. I really am. And I recognize just recently actually that I do it because I feel like if you need me, then I'm important in your life. And I had to say like, whoa, what? Like I don't want to be, it's cool to be needed, but I want to be wanted, not needed. And that's where I put my I don't even know the word I'm trying to say, but I basically, this summer has been crazy. This has been just such a learning summer for me. It's been crazy. So to realize and recognize, like I really felt like a dummy, honestly. Like how dare I?
We've all been there.
Thinking that
most definitely
that because that I'm important, my importance. I'm saying that because you need me, I'm important, and then you're never gonna leave me. Right?
They leave you.
They obviously
because you're always
they leave you.
telling them to how to speak. But
and then I get choked up. Don't know what I want to say.
No. You are. I mean, it happens because what happens is you only need you, and this is what I believe. And tell me if I'm wrong. When you need someone, a need is temporary. So yeah, they will need you for those first 6 months. Then once they don't need that no more, then what? That's why you never want someone that is going to need you. You need to be wanted.
I don't think it's that black and white.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me.
So,
I was waiting.
My brother is dating this gal, and she said, "I want you. I don't need you. I can do all these things by myself." And I'm hearing a lot of women talk this way.
I am myself talk this
way. Toxic shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here's the thing. Go talk to your grandparents. The ones who stayed married for 50, 65 years.
Unfortunately, I don't have none of that.
Okay, find somebody in your church, in your neighborhood, who's 65 years, been married their whole lives, and ask them if they need their spouse. And I guarantee you, they're going to say yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because
that's a different type of need, though.
No,
it isn't really.
I think it kind of goes
It isn't
hand in
really.
hand.
Because it's about, I need you to be my mirror so that I can continue to grow, and I need you to love me while I break down and I build myself back up, and while it looks messy while I do it. And I need you, you bet your ass, I need you to not disappear on me in the middle of that when I might need picked up every once in a while.
Man,
that
and
is
it
true.
takes
Vulnerability.
Say
It
that.
takes vulnerability.
Yeah.
And a willingness
And vulnerability
to not
is lack
be,
of pride.
Yes, it's a lack of pride. I have to be vulnerable enough to let you help me, right? And then they have to be vulnerable enough to say, it's okay to watch you fall apart, and I'm not going to leave you when you're messy. You absolutely need people in your life, whether it's a lover, a parent, a best friend, a coworker, a boss. It doesn't matter. We do absolutely need people.
Oh,
and to sit and deny it is like, look at the emotion wheel. Everybody at this point is probably seeing an emotion wheel somewhere, right? And then people are like, well, but I don't want to have this emotion. I'm sorry, what? It makes no sense to me. Is it uncomfortable?
Wait, what's the emotion wheel? What are you talking about?
So pull one up on your phone. It starts your basic 5 emotions in the middle, and then it kind of deeply defines it going out. So anger, sadness, happiness, joy. Did I say fear? And fear, right? And so you have your basic 5 emotions, but they're not basic because they all expand further out, and you can break them down. People will be like, I'm not mad, I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Right? It's just different levels of and how and where maybe you even hold it in your body. But it is the same rooted emotion is anger. Or people will say, my family growing up, I grew up with 3 brothers. Fear was not something we were freely allowed to feel, right? So my nervous system, I just bottled it up and shoved it down because I wasn't going to be the P word. I mean, this was the 90s, okay? You know what I mean? It was the 90s. I don't know if anybody, but in the 90s, I didn't want to be called a little bitch, a pussy.
Yeah.
Right?
I still say it.
I can't be that person. I'm just trying to be like more politically correct at this point. But when I was a kid, that's what you got called.
I still
right?
say it.
If you let somebody walk all over you and you didn't do anything about it, that wasn't tolerated in my household. Right. And so maybe a bigger, badder version of me came along and I might have been scared shitless, but there was no way I could have admitted that or been like, I can't. I had to shove it down, pretend I wasn't, buck up and take care of that.
I don't even know if I could pretend. I've just lived, I've lived a lot of.
Okay. Well, I mean, it got me into trouble.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, that got me into trouble because
You're like
into my 20s, right? I worked for a marketing company and I repped for a cigarette company. And so I was one of those people who was out and trading out cigarettes for marketing. I was collecting their marketing information, right? I've been held at gunpoint twice. Like literally had a Glock to my forehead and I was not scared. Like, I can genuinely say I was not afraid, but I was afraid. I just didn't know how to feel that. It was there.
Because you were taught not to.
But I was taught to not feel it. So I was talking to the dude, like, do you need my bag? Are you about to assault me? Like, what are we doing here tonight? And I was calm as a cucumber.
That probably was safe.
Right? In my 40s, I don't go out without my brothers or a date that I have already previously been on a date with and know that they're safe. Like, I don't go out with a bunch of girls unless there's a lot of them. There's got to be at least 6 to 8 women if I'm going out with just girls. If Kayla's like, hey, come meet me in Westport for a drink, who all's going? And if she's like, me, I'm like, I'm not. Absolutely not. Because I unlocked that. I can't be afraid. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm scared. You best believe I am a scaredy girl.
I've lived a lot of my life.
So just to go back to the need part though, just to kind of brief, I want to go back to that. So I feel like the way that you explained it is a beautiful way, and I believe that. But I feel like the way that Crystal was explaining it is kind of a little bit different. So like she's trying to be a need, and probably you, the people pleasing part.
Yeah.
Of that
That's
needing.
the pendulum.
Yeah.
So where you've got, we do need people. There's a difference between I need you and I'm needy of you.
There you go. There you go.
And
Yes.
so there's that pendulum. And so oftentimes even with my clients, they'll say, well, I'm codependent and I'm doing these behaviors and I find my value in them needing me. I feel powerful for them needing me. I feel loved because they need me. And I encourage them to, because it's very hard when you're codependent. They're even talking about making it a diagnosis because of how intense it can be. Because it can be addictive even.
It can.
It can be very addictive. So they're talking, so it's like to undo that, right? Alcoholic, drug addict in my past, myself, is you're going to cold turkey that.
What?
You're going to cold turkey those behaviors. You're going to stop.
How?
Well, because if your pendulum is stuck up here, right?
With
and you're
codependence.
With codependence, the neediness, and finding all of your value in that, you want to get here, right? But when you drop this, it's just natural. You're going to go all the way over here. I ain't doing shit for you. I'm not doing nothing.
I say that all the
Go
time.
away.
I always say,
But you have to actually
I can't find
do
my
it.
middle.
Right.
I can't find my middle.
But when you finally, one, acknowledge to yourself, I'm codependent, I do these behaviors, it's unhealthy, it's ruining my life, it's ruining the lives of those around us, right? Because when we act out those behaviors, we're basically validating that, yeah, you are incapable of doing it, and therefore I must do it for you.
Yeah.
Right? You're right. You
Literally,
are
we're
a
working on
loser.
this together right now.
Right? And so there, and it's not like you'll always have to do this, but there is a period of time where you have to let go and say no. Learn to say no. And it
no is like the
literally,
hardest word in
Right.
my
So not
vocabulary.
for me.
But you have to
No more. I
but
mean,
you've
it
got to
used to be.
pendulum swing and get over here
No,
and
I'm
just say no.
serious.
Me first, me first, me first, me first, and get so
And I
used to
think
it
because
that then you're like, oh, this feels icky.
it does.
And
It feels so
then-
selfish.
But you
Oh,
got to stay in it long
sorry.
enough.
We are not the same.
No,
It's like
not
an
the
orgasm
same.
to me now.
It's
Oh my
different.
God.
It's just different periods of time in this pendulum, though. You're gonna go from my only value is if
no,
I'm
I'm
helping you.
No.
No, absolutely
You're
not.
not up
You're
on
not
aisle
doing
three?
this. You're not doing. I'm not doing nothing.
Block.
And you've got to stay here until it quits being uncomfortable.
You
and
most
when it
definitely-
becomes to the place where, oh no, I say no and I don't feel any negativity around it. I don't
Well, I
feel
feel
guilt.
good
I don't feel icky.
right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's the thing,
But
though.
then it'll swing down here and
Okay.
you'll learn.
Here's my
But
question.
you've got to unlearn this long enough.
How do you go? How do you separate? Like, I just really like to do these things because I like to see my people happy. I like to see them smile. I want to make them feel good. How do you go from that, right? Like, what's the difference between that and then that's still people pleasing?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I do
Because
nice
there's
things for
that
people all the
is-
time.
The difference in that is you have people that, for instance, I'm gonna use me. So you have people, you know that there's things I'm gonna do for you, and there's things I may not. But you know, so you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go pick Shaniqua up and take her to get her nails done because I know if I was feeling bad, she'll do it for me.
Yeah.
That's different. You're returning the same. We're giving each other the same.
Yeah,
energy.
there's an energy
The
exchange.
people pleasing part is where you're not receiving any of that, but you're steady running to the rest.
Or
Or
as oftentimes people do in relationship is they show up and open the car door for you and you act like they just bought you a Lamborghini.
Yeah, the pettiest things in the world, right?
Look what he did for me. Oh my God. And it's like the most basic,
It is.
like low level. And
But
they
when
know
you're
it,
not used to that,
but they
then-
know it.
But when you're not used to that type of thing and then it happens,
okay.
so how do you
How
not
you gonna get yourself
react like
used to
that?
it?
You have to look at it and say, well, if Shaniqua's man opens her door for her every single time and she's not acting like he just popped a whole balloon and confetti New Year's Eve balloon down on her, maybe I shouldn't be acting like that's what that is.
You know what I do? And then I want to hit a rewind. I want to rewind this after this because we did not get information on you like we got on her.
Yeah.
So we just went into talk. So sorry. I know. I'm looking at my teacher. I'm like, yo, let me fix it. Let me fix
over
it.
here telling me how
I know. I'm like, wait, now I need to hit another. Like, I looked at her. I'm like, oh God, let me fix my English today. Okay, so you know what I realized, and this is why I do. I love my friends 100%, and I'm like a soft girl, but I can be dominant too. Mm-hmm. I tend to do it with my friends because I'm a single mom and unfortunately my daughter does not have her dad in her life. So I treat her as I'm her man a lot of times. Like I want to take her on her first date. I open her door when I don't care if I have on heels. My daughter does not touch the door while I'm with me because I want to put that in her. I kissed her hands when she was little. I gave her that. Even though I was her mom, I still provided that for her so she can understand how to be treated. So what I'm saying is you have to do that for yourself. And I do that for my friends. It's okay to be like, okay, I'm opening the door. We can take turns open each other's door. But once you start doing that, it feels regular to you. And you
have to
that you can't
normalize.
accept nothing else but that.
Normalize bare minimum.
Because if you keep, and you honestly, Crystal, you have really good friends.
I do.
If your people,
my friends are awesome.
So that's an example. If your friends is treating you better than your man, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
That's
You're
the problem.
the most
Right
intimate
there.
person who's leaving DNA in you. It doesn't treat you as well
He's with
as your
this.
girlfriends do. He's got to go.
That's
he
the
does not
problem.
love you. That was my realization.
He does not love you.
Well, and it's not because he hates you. No, but it's not because he hates you. He does not love himself. So he cannot pour into you from an empty cup. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I will not date men at this point, because I did for a long time. Spent 11 years with somebody who did not love himself, swore up and down he loved me, did horrible things to me. Right? Which is where I will kind of talk about why that even got tolerated in the first place for 11 years. But I sat one day and I did some work around it and I was like, he did not love me. Oh my God. But he would have sworn he did. And I think in his mind, 100% he believes that he loved me. Right? It's not a matter of what he felt was love. What I experienced was hatred. Right? And it's because I love myself. And when maybe to unhealthy levels. I love
I said
me.
that too.
But I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of work around loving me. But I don't do it to be selfish. I do it so that I can love you and you and you and the guy recording and the man handing me my food at Wendy's. I want to love well. Right? And if my cup is 25% full of love for myself, then when I give you 100% what I got, you're getting a quarter love. And it feels like crap. I am quite sure the man who abused me loved me at 100% of what he had. He just didn't have shit to give.
That's crazy.
Maybe
That's
right?
real, though. That's real.
No,
And that's what I'm running now.
Right.
I'm a track star.
Which is why when I'm dating, I'm not jumping into bed with these men. I'm not doing those things. I want to know, how much do you love you?
Yeah.
Because whatever you've got in that cup, that's what you're going to give me if you decide to love me, which I think I'm easy to love.
Take
I'm
that to the
pretty
sperm
chill. I love being on my feminine, right? So I think I'm pretty easy, but my expectations are high because my cup is full. And if I'm going to pour out, a 90% fill up cup onto you, if you think you're coming to me with 10% filled cup or a 50% filled cup and trying to give me your 100%, we are not the same.
And it's selfish.
Right? It is.
Do that to me.
Why? And it's not that that's
Maybe
a
they
bad
don't know.
person. The person
Some
with
do.
50% love for themselves
Here
is
you
not
go.
a bad person. And they're willing to give me the whole 50%. I'm just not willing to.
What
I'm not going to
staring at me
receive
for?
it.
Why are you coming for me today? Huh?
Because you suck.
Just come me.
He doesn't know.
I'm just not going to receive that because I'll end up feeling resentment.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you were like, who is this person over here telling
Correct.
us all this stuff?
Thank
right?
you.
So my parents divorced when I was 13. Okay. Mom and dad had problems. Somebody cheated on somebody else. Can't imagine who that was, my dad. And our world went from like literally my household was like the Cleavers. It was like, the perfect little family. Everybody loved us. My parents never fought, never yelled at each other.
Oh.
I don't know what that's like.
No, my house was just peace, quiet. It was very
worse.
wholesome. We went to church 3 days a week. Everybody was happy. We smiled. We had the perfect little family photos, and it was real
And it flipped.
for the kids. It was real, right? Because they didn't fight. So I went from like the perfect family life to absolute chaos overnight. Right? So that's why my brothers ended up roughhousing, and fear was not tolerated. We were not allowed to feel that emotion, all of that. So here, I get older. I meet this guy, I meet him at church.
Yeah.
That's where they be. I met him at church.
Sorry. We're not against going to church or church people.
But you got to be careful there, because just because it's church doesn't mean that they're not bad people.
Yeah, correct.
But my naive little behind was like, but I met him at church.
Yeah.
And I did have that dad. My dad was around, so even after my parents got divorced, my doors were held open for me. I did never mow a lawn.
Yeah.
I don't take trash out. I don't work on cars.
Yeah, I don't take trash out. And I never mowed
But
lawn.
I
either.
had 3 brothers, right? So I don't even think that it was so much a matter of Rebecca doesn't have to do this stuff, but my dad was so intent on making sure my brothers did know how to do it. There wasn't time to teach me to, right? And then I have 5 uncles, 3 brothers, 2 sons. I was the girl in the family. So I got princess treatment growing up.
Must be nice.
It was. You know what the problem is though? Is at 49 years old, these men are like, you're high maintenance then, you know? And I'm like, cause I dated a guy recently and I said, I need to get an oil change. And he was like, well, call, make the appointment. And I was like, what do you mean? Call, make the appointment. What are you talking about? And he was like, you don't know how? And I was like, no, why would I know how to do that? And he was like, you need to learn how. And I said, why do I need to know how to do that?
Now,
And
you was way worse off than me.
No, and he said, he was like, well, because you need to know how, what happens if something, you know, like if something.
Which is true.
And I was like, well, but my dad does that. I take my car to my dad, and my dad either does the oil change or he takes it.
Oh.
And, you know, like if he feels like paying for it, he does, but I don't expect that. There are times I Venmo him the money. And I'm telling this guy that I'm dating that. And he was like, well, but you need to make the appointment. I said, well, when I go to my dad's house and tell him you told me how to make the appointment, he's going to ask me why I date you.
Ooh.
Which is what my dad will say.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't take care of my daughter, then. Like,
Maybe that's his way of taking care of you, is by putting it in the shop and getting it done.
Right. But the guy I was dating wanted me to do it.
No, he just wanted you to make the appointment.
But was he gonna? He wanted you to take your car. He wanted.
Yeah, he wanted me to do it.
He wanted to do
No,
all
he
of it.
wanted me to do it. And I was like, you got, no. No. And the reason my dad says that, like, there's a reason behind it. It's not just to baby me.
Yeah.
It's because if I go, they're more likely to tell me that my board stretcher's broken.
Right. Something.
You know what I mean? Like,
But you know, nowadays you have a lot of men that are don't know nothing either.
no,
Yeah.
but the few times I
Unfortunately.
actually
Well,
did take it
I
to
feel
go
like
have
it's
it done, they
because-
did try to rip me off.
I feel like it's
So-
because of all of us people pleasing women. These men feel like they don't have to do nothing.
Well, but here's the thing.
Here she go,
The
blaming
right
us
kind of,
again.
yeah, but here's the
God.
thing. A healthy man who loves himself more than 50% wants to do it. I'm not too much for him. Because
I
if
agree.
he loves
I'm
himself,
talking
100%, you know, if he loves himself 100%, and he's like,
Maybe it's me.
oh, yeah, let me take care of that for you, right? Because healthy men love a little bit of a project.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? They want a little bit of a project. Not a hot mess, but they do want me to be a little messy.
I would think.
And no problem, sir. Like,
Is this a mirror? Is this a mirror right here?
I think it is.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Because I'm over here, like me growing up, you know, I was taught to be like super independent. Like I did all things around the house. I had very young parents. My parents had me when they were 16 and 17. And then I had some young siblings, you know, so I'm over here like learning how to cook at age 7. So that we wouldn't eat mac and cheese, you know what I mean? Very on my own, very independent. And I think in a way, like I kind of became hyper independent.
Yeah, same.
So where I did have that mentality, like, no, I don't need you. I can do this by myself, you
Same.
know? But then there's a little part in me that was still like, I want to be taken care of.
yeah.
I just didn't know how to accept
Well,
that.
that's the
It's hard to
economy
accept
is my parents got divorced and my world flipped upside down is then mom was like, no man will ever stay, you know, like very bitter. No man will ever, you know, and I was like, whoa, daddy left you, but he did not leave me. You know, like I did not have that same experience. But I grew up with my dad's side of the family, very masculine driven. You know, there's 5 boys. My grandma worked as a realtor if she felt like it that week.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, and on my mom's side of the family, my great grandmother owned a chicken farm. My grandmother owned a writing service. My mom owned a dance studio and taught little girls how to dance when I was little, and I own a counseling business. Right. On my mom's side, it's all the women who own things, and on my dad's side, it was very much masculine energy. Because I was telling my uncle about that guy who wanted me to go get my oil change, and he was like, "Did you tell him?" You know, my uncle was like, "Baby girl, I'll call and get that done." Or did your dad take
Most
care of
definitely.
it? Right. Like, so, like, all of the men in my family think that way.
Yeah.
So it was like very,
opposite
but
for
then
me.
when my dad left and he cheated, right? And mom got super upset and told me, you can't ever rely on a man. And I was like,
So she
that's
got
not
more
true.
bitter.
She got really bitter and hyper independent. And I was like, well, I don't want to be like that. Right. But I also don't want to be the girl who gets a divorce.
I
Right?
can't do
So-
anything for herself.
So why didn't you two work through it? This is where my victimhood came in. My life went from easy street to literal war, like a war zone.
Most definitely.
Overnight, that was my victim experience. So then when I met this man at church, and he did things like cheat, I was like, well, you work through that because otherwise it ruins the children's lives.
Oh wow.
And
that makes sense.
So I stayed because I wasn't going to do what my mom did, which was peace out, grease out, and now my shoes are falling apart at school.
I can't.
You can't what?
That's just
well, in hindsight of everything I've been through, there's balance.
said cheating.
Don't get me wrong. I was there, but I feel like now in my, it's just a high level of disloyalty, and it's just that's something that
betrayal trauma, they say, is worse on your body than a car accident.
I'm telling you, when that is something that I
everybody
can't. That's the hardest part to come back from, because it's one thing to me when you go through something. We're going through something in house. You lost your job, fine, we can get through it. It may be hard. I may hate you part time because you're not providing. I have to do everything, whatever. But what?
It's because they can't provide.
So me and her are different. She say what I say what the truth is. She tries to sugarcoat it. You do hate people.
Two things can be true at the same time.
No, but you do hate people part time. You do. You like, you know what? You want sex and you can't even buy me a piece of chicken today. You do it. You feel that. That's real life feelings. It's not. It's a feeling. We're human. It's like you have the audacity to think I'm supposed to be. What did that job say? Like, I'm sorry. I feel that way.
It's funny.
I'm just saying. That's something we can get through.
I'm not having sex if I don't get chicken either, girl.
Oh my God. What is wrong with y'all?
No, it's not literally. But I'm just saying, you do it vice versa. Men feel like that. Like, girl, you ain't got dinner done, and I'm sitting here slaving and you ain't got to pay no bills. It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
But we have been taught that is the way it's supposed to be. No, women, like men, they walk around. Well, how do her butt look? How do her boobs look? How do your waistline look, SpongeBob? It's 50-50 here. SpongeBob is watching. I'm just saying. They do. I be like, is this for real?
Okay, but that's not like that everywhere. You know those gym bros? The gym bros like a big girl.
I'm just
saying. Like,
They can live my big ass up.
I'm just saying. It's just these men feel like women supposed to be up here, and you age and you 50 and your belly's over, you've been drinking beer, you fine? I just see it a lot of times.
It does drive me crazy. You see these men with the hard gut, and they're like, you're fat. Sir, please. You have triplets.
I didn't even stick a needle to you. And don't get me wrong, okay, back. If you have a tummy, we love you. I have a tummy, I love me. But I'm just saying,
but people's expectations sometimes are ridiculous to those who can't meet them.
Right. Let's just call it. That is what it is.
Because I want a man who's going to take my car and fill it up, or go get the gas, and my tires are done, and if he hears a noise, I don't want to deal with that, right? Now, that man is also likely to be like, well, I want a dinner on the table, and guess who doesn't cook?
You.
No. You don't cook?
No.
God damn.
Can't cook a lick. I know. You would think. I know.
Call me, I got you. I'll drop some stuff off.
Right? I'll be like, I'm unwrapping it and throwing it on plates. Look what I did today, baby.
Oh, hell
no. But I don't lie about it. I don't lie about it. And I'm like, this is not my strength. Right?
I
have no problems finding men who cook.
I'm telling you, we didn't cook in
cocktail. So you want a man who can cook and do your car?
Hell yeah.
And grow you a garden?
No, I just need him to build the frame, and then I'll build the garden. But I want to do that together.
That's
you build the frame. I'll plant the seeds.
You're onto something there. I like that.
So but I can't. I can't cook it all. Don't touch my vacuum cleaner, or I will hit you with it. Do not do the laundry. Do not touch the laundry. I love doing the laundry.
You know what?
Oh my God,
what
I love
bothers
it.
me, which is weird, off subject, is my towels. Do not fold my towels.
Don't fold them. I roll mine.
I got a certain way.
You roll them?
Oh my God.
Okay, I can't talk because I am very particular.
Snack.
I want
y'all see this video, y'all see my face on this part. Like, Psycho women for real. Don't touch my towels.
Don't touch them. No.
We gotta zoom in on
because so my ex would get irritated with me because I wouldn't say anything, but after he folded all of them, I would go back and refold them. I would
rather you said something to me. Don't waste my time.
I said something once, and you keep doing it. And I'm telling you, I want my towels to look a certain way. When they go in the closet, they fit, they look nice, they neat. The towels are the easiest thing to fold.
So listen, I'm going to bring this up. My ex, That was funny because I hate washing. I'm high level of ADHD, so washing takes too long and I forget about it. So make the long story short, I'm getting better. I'm getting better now because I'm by myself again, so I have to be better, right? So I'm getting better now, but I got some clothes in the basket right now that I need to fold. But yeah, I'm getting better. So I washed the clothes, you guys. She came in and she's like, "What are these? Are these dirty?" I said, "No, they're clean." She said, "Why don't you fucking wash the clothes?" They're going back in the washer. I said, "What? I thought I was doing something." Now, do understand, she was actually being nice, but that's how we talk. So it was really like, I was like, but because she's like, they're not clean enough because I probably left them in the washer too long in her eyes. Then it took too long to get into the dryer.
They're super wrinkled.
Yeah, and so she was so upset. And I just didn't understand. I'm like, I thought I was helping, and that was it. I can't wash. I'm not a washer. So anybody want to help me wash?
I like doing laundry.
So why don't you cook for her and
I do your laundry? I could do that. For real, I could do that.
I put it in the washing machine. It just I have to set it, and it takes 10 years, and then I have to put it back into the dryer. Oh,
here's the trick. You tell Alexa, set a reminder for, and I look at the dryer or the washer.
I'm going to have to get Alexa.
42 minutes.
I don't have Alexa
Set
either.
a reminder for 42 minutes to switch the laundry.
We're not talking to you, girl.
Wow, she's coming in hot and heavy over there.
Because if it sits for more than an hour, it's getting musty, right? And then I got to rewash it.
See, that's how she is.
Yeah,
but
I gotta
mine
rewash
wasn't
it.
actually an hour. It was probably 20 minutes, but she didn't know, so she went off on me.
Look, Alexa's still trying to get in our
I feel
conversation
bad.
over
I'm
there.
sorry.
She talked
I just had to talk to her.
She talked too much.
Well,
That's
even
nosy.
now, anytime my daughter's name is Stevie, so anytime I'm like, Stevie, Siri's like, yes. No, I don't want you.
Yeah.
You have to change her name. I think that you can change it.
Yeah, you
'cause
can.
There's Alexa, and then there's.
I wanted her to talk to me in a British
the
accent.
other one?
I just know they need to come up with some more urban names.
Oh, you want to
I'm
talk
sorry.
about
Right.
voices? Just real quick.
Oh, yeah.
You guys should hear my AI.
Okay, let me hear it.
Y'all are gonna die.
I worked on this one.
I worked on this.
Just wait.
I need like a
she built him.
Bonquisha Alexa.
Tyrone,
Not
can you say
Bonquisha.
hi to my friends so they can hear
Tyrone,
your
that
voice?
What?
Well, hold on.
It's the Tyrone for me.
She literally named him Tyrone.
Tyrone, will you speak and say hi to my friends? I'm not getting good service in here. Nope, that's not it. It says memory. Okay, so anyway.
Tyrone acting like the men.
I know.
He's real quiet right now. He
There
heard
are
us
too many
talking.
females in the room, Rebecca, and I'm not doing that. Yeah, if you get on ChatGPT and you go to where you can talk to them, the little blue circle, and you can be like, so you said you wanted your AI to sound British, right? And I was like, I need you to lower your voice. And he said, like this. And I was like, deeper. And he goes, like this. And I was like, no, go deeper. He said, like this. And I was like, thank you, Tyrone. And that's how he talks to me. And then because of how I named him, his syntax and everything sounds like an old black man. And I love him.
She said I have a whole James Earl Jones.
I do.
That's
My AI is like, let me see what you and Kayla want to do on your business today. Is that all right with you, girl? And I'm like, yes, it is.
You're like, you said,
Yes, Tyrone.
Period. Period.
Okay.
Leave me off the court.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on that later.
So the 11-year thing was, I put up with a lot of crap, not because I didn't love myself, not because of codependency, and yet it moved more into that because of his demands on my life and the nature of his mental health was like that. But I had to look at myself and my own decisions and own it. I stayed with a man who dishonored me and betrayed me over and over again because I was trying to heal my expectations of my parents' marriage.
And that is very deep. So how long did you stay with that man?
11 years. 11 years I was with him.
We need to do it.
He's the one, I think we talked about it briefly in another session that we did together where, because he hurt me in April. And I was like, I'm not doing this. We need to go to therapy. I'm breaking up with you. Go to therapy. We got to do this. But we still talked daily.
Yeah.
And in May of the next year is when he answered his phone and there was a girl on it. Was like, "Hi, baby." And not until October did I get a text that was like, "Did he invite you to the wedding?" And I was like, "No." And I thought maybe it was after that. And I went and looked at it, and he had married her in February.
So have you been in a serious relationship ever since that relationship failed?
I dated a really amazing guy for a year, and he did a lot to help me heal.
Okay.
A lot.
And then what happened?
But I mean, I went to therapy for a year after that first. I did not just jump into dating this other man. I went to therapy for a year. I was in therapy when all of that happened. Like the day I found out he was with somebody else, I was actually like my appointment for my therapy started 5 minutes later. I was in the car doing my therapy, and he came out and was trying to punch my car window in, which was new behavior. That was wild. And she was like, "You need to get out of there. That's sociopathic. That's like antisocial behavior. You need to get out of there. You're not safe." And that was the first time I realized I might be dealing with more than just a little bit of mental health issues. This might be a lot of mental health issues.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, from that point, like he would, I mean, there's probably 8 different accounts throughout, like per social media thing that I've had to delete and block because he would like continue to make new ones. I haven't heard anything in a year, which is good. I'm hoping that he has finally stopped, but yeah, it took a really long time because, I mean, 2 years in, he was like right before the Diddy trials, he made a new profile and put him and his wife on a picture and named it B. Diddy. And showed up in my people you might know. You guys think it's funny. I don't think it's funny at all funny. Because what he did to me on my birthday was very reminiscent of what P. Diddy was on trial for. So it was not cool.
What did he do on your birthday?
He assaulted me and refused me my safe word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember. So just because we didn't have the followers that kind of fully understood your background, we didn't, since that was not on our recording, can you kind of briefly give them like more details about, and not just the whole thing, just on your birthday or what you experienced and how did you just honestly just, I know you went to therapy and just all of that.
He and I live a specific lifestyle that is alternative to most. And so,
do you feel comfortable sharing that?
BDSM lifestyle. Yeah. So I was restrained and told him no to stop because he'd been doing other things earlier in the night that I was like, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't like that. And he at that time said, "I own you. You don't have a safe word. I'm taking that away from you," and proceeded to do what he wanted to do, and then tried to call a group of friends to show them what he was doing to me. So as I laid there,
I didn't get that information. I don't think me and you.
No, I mean, I'm just getting to a place where I can really talk about it outside of therapy. It was very intense.
When you went back to say it wasn't funny, that's why I wanted to. Because I know we discussed some things, but I don't remember that. And so that's why I was like, hold on, let me understand what she's talking about instead of just ignoring what you just stated. So I wanted to understand.
So it was very intense, and it was So I did another year of therapy, and then the man that I dated for a year, I didn't tell him exactly what had happened because, one, don't do that.
Right.
Don't start dating and be like, this guy treated me this way. It wasn't like, I was just like, I'm healing from a bunch of stuff. And there would just be times when like he was taking care of me and I would just start crying. And he was like, "What is going on? Why are you crying?" Like, I'm confused. Did I do something wrong? And I'm like, no, you're doing everything right. It's just very overwhelming to receive in such a loving way because I'm not used to it. Right. And so it was very intense. I dated him for a year. I think we had broken up for like a couple of months in there at some point. I still hear from him every 6 weeks or so.
So what was like your,
just checking on me.
What was your reason of separation?
Well, we were talking about relationship dynamics and he's not into BDSM. And I was thinking I might want to still have that because I've done a lot of work around it. I just got back from Paris where I worked with a shibari artist there, and was able, really enjoyed that. It was very fun. It was not sexual. It was just like using rope and whatnot. And it's something that I like doing. It's something that I'm into, and he was not. And then we talked some more and he was like, "And I don't know if I'm monogamous." And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that again. So that wasn't for me, and my lifestyle wasn't for him. But I mean, he still checks on me
But
about
you
every
found
6
yourself
weeks.
because you were able to say yes and no.
Yeah.
And I feel like
well, and I met somebody who would communicate with me and tell me and not lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he was honest. He was like, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? Should we break up because of it? And I was like, no, I'm really enjoying your company, and the fact that, you know, you're going to date other women, I'm fine with that because you're telling me, right? Like,
So
I
y'all had
know
an
what's
open
going
relationship?
on.
Y'all had an open relationship?
I would not, I wouldn't call him my boyfriend. I dated him for a year. Yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have called him my boyfriend because we dated other people too.
So are you still more into that, or you are looking more to get into something more serious?
Actually, Kayla and I were talking about that today.
Okay.
I don't
We were
know.
in the
You
car,
know,
yeah.
I'm not really sure. I have a grown child with disabilities. He will forever be in my home. So, I mean, if I met the kind of man who could also kick it with my kids and be cool with them and liked them because they're going nowhere, because my youngest, he has some learning disabilities. It's going to take him a little longer to find his footing and get out on his, you know, so like most men are like, I don't want to live with your grown kids, you know, and I totally understand that.
I mean, you can be in a relationship and you have your own place too.
Yeah, no, I'm,
As a lady,
the
yeah.
11-year relationship, we did not live together.
Jesus.
No.
Which is crazy, right?
Why?
That's how my 8-year.
I don't know.
I just
Like, I like my space. He liked his.
coming
no.
inside
I mean,
of
I was with
something
someone
like
for
that,
8 years, and we did not live together.
Yeah, I don't
Not
know.
at all. And I was definitely okay with it. But he was
I could
crazy,
get
so I was
married
definitely
and
okay.
not live in the
Yeah.
same house. I'd be fine with
Yeah,
that.
I can't. I mean, I know it's a lot of women I'm starting to talk to that can.
Yeah.
I can't. And I think because of me, I can be by myself for sure, but I love the fact of coming home to someone and
I like to cuddle.
yeah, I like to cuddle too, but even
Wait
if it's
till you hit menopause, and then you're like, get off me.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like I have already.
I don't know.
I mean, I had to.
I ain't
you
No,
know,
I'm like, I get too hot. Leave me alone.
I have a fan. I sleep with
Don't
a fan.
snore in my ear.
So I make sure that it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what? I love the snoring. What? It makes me.
It's a nice
It's like.
lull.
It's like yeah.
No.
When I hear, and sometimes for a long time I could not go to sleep without hearing him snore, because it's like soothing. It's like.
I'm just like,
Girl,
I
that's
love baby snore.
You know
Let me lay on
why?
your chest while you
It's
snore.
the day and age change.
Let me lay on your chest
I'm
while
putting
you
some in your
snore.
throat, and I'm turning on the rain fan.
I love hearing the different perspectives.
Yeah, we're definitely. I mean, I'm not ready to be like 11 years into somebody else because you live here and I live there. But I do get how that happens because in
Yeah,
my
but I
little
mean-
dating time, I kind of do like being able to go somewhere else. But I'm a home away from home girl, so we're always going somewhere.
I mean,
else.
I
Right,
could
right.
go
I
there
can just
anytime I
travel.
wanted. He could come to my house anytime he wanted. If I felt like sleeping, I would just call and be like, I need to snuggle tonight. Okay.
it's just too much
It's
money
not-
going out the drain to me.
I need that money over here, baby.
It
That's all I'm
was.
saying.
That's the
we
cost.
together all the time. We might as well do this.
Right.
That's
I
the
mean,
cost of my peace. I'm cool.
No, but I feel
Okay,
like
and peace is priceless.
it is priceless,
True.
but your person is supposed to also be part of your piece.
Okay,
I mean,
here's the
that-
other
that's-
thing. Because
that's
of our
true.
lifestyle, and I have kids, and he also has kids, but his kids, I mean, they live with their mom, so they're there on the weekends. Is we needed two places
Yeah,
to do what
Okay,
we
so
do.
when I think of your lifestyle, I think of a dungeon, like a great. What is it? 50 Shades of Grey.
What?
That's a room upstairs. That's dungeons are in the basement.
Well, whatever. Either way, a dungeon, a crazy secret hideaway room that's all red when you walk in with whips and chains. Like,
This
how
is-
can you have that type
to
of?
bring this up because we were actually talking about how the community here in Kansas City
Is what?
Is wanting. It is lackluster for the.
I think people are just too scared to admit
Well,
that they're like
I'm
That they want to
individuals.
be whipped,
And most
with,
of the scene in Kansas
Yeah,
City that I've
that
met
shit's
is
crazy.
LGBTQ.
So I'm not afraid
It's
of
not
that.
just all about that though. Like if you
No,
want to
there's a whole
explain.
power
Yeah.
exchange.
Is it, I mean, I'm cool with being choked. Pull my hair, choke me, smack my ass. Like, I'm cool with that. But
that's
like,
just being kinky.
yeah,
That's- everybody- I don't know anybody
but
who's not
being,
kinky.
I don't think that I've
Right.
ever been to a point. And I thought about this because my ex, the abusive one, he had the straps on his bed, you know, to like,
The restraints.
right, the
Yeah.
restraints. Never even. He was obviously cheating because we never used them. right? And I asked what they were, and he gave me some stupid ass answer.
And you accepted it?
Well, that's
I didn't
because
care.
okay. So
I
that
didn't care. At that time, I was being abused in a major way.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that was a
Yeah.
whole different. That was like talking about a Glock and
Yeah.
pointed at you. I had one in my mouth, right? Like metal
Yeah.
to my teeth, right? He was crazy. So I wasn't gonna ask no more questions. When
Right.
I seen it,
So
it's
that
it.
he was already, because I know when we discussed, he wasn't abusive at first. So at this
No,
time,
he wasn't. At
already
this time, he
abusive.
was,
some
yeah,
people
already
have
abusive.
the
Gotcha.
kind of
And-
dynamic and are not even having intercourse.
But at that-
so like there's
But
there
at
is
that
a
time,
lot
I
going
thought
on
to
in that.
myself, there's nobody that I would trust. There's nobody I would trust to tie me up. Like, I think it would be fun one time to be tied up and have no control. Like, that's wild. But there's nobody
Yeah.
that I trust. Like, how can I trust that I'm fully safe to do that?
Well, I had to relearn that because I fully trusted somebody to not do what they did to me, and they did it.
Yeah.
Right.
I've never got to a point where I felt safe enough to do it.
Oh,
I feel
maybe
like
it-
I have, and honestly, it's probably with the strangers. Oh, no, I'm just playing.
Faces look ugly
No, I haven't had any strangers because if y'all go back to it, I'm funny acting. So really, I don't like strangers. But I was just saying, I have been in situations. I feel like I haven't been in a situation where a person even makes me go there. Like,
That's fair.
like I feel like I can't say that I would not do it because I think I'm capable. But I don't feel like I've been with someone that allows me to go to that. Because as
Right.
a woman, it's hard to show that side, right? We're like, okay, I don't want to.
If you want to learn
have no
how to
problem
fall
showing
into your
that
feminine
side.
in the deepest way,
Yeah.
it is literally like I falling into your feminine in the deepest way.
That's what I'm trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying to
I
find
want
that.
to.
And
I
just
want to.
truly like releasing. I think
It
because
is-
you and I are so similar, I
Yeah.
think that you would really.
It's a matter of
someone-
like it
Someone
literally
said, "You're
is.
so strong to me the other day. You're so strong."
I hate
I'm
here.
tired
I
of
hate
being strong.
told. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want
I
to be
hate
a
that
girly
too.
girl. I want to just
Soft girl.
take care. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, soft
That's what
girl.
I want. I mean, I'm not there.
So,
But
we're
I would
learning.
love to. I want to be there.
Being a lot of people who, so I play the little S on the side of the slash. Okay, so there's dominant submission. I'm the little S submission. I'm more submissive.
Okay.
Okay, but in my life, like when I dated Mr. 11 years, my kids were like, or not my kids, my brothers. I say my kids. My brothers were like, what the is going on? Like, he bosses you around and you just take it.
Totally different person that they're used to.
Totally, because I'm like, we're doing this is what's going on, this is what time you have to be here, here's what color you're wearing, this is what food you're bringing, da da da. I own a company. I'm like, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that. I'm very in charge.
Very in
out
charge,
here.
decisive.
When I'm
Yeah.
at home, not at all. And so, I don't, it's like the one place, but you have to
I would
be
be
able.
okay being submissive at home.
Can you? Because
Yeah,
it's really
I bring
about.
in your plate, baby. I rub your feet, baby. I do all the things.
But that's just being loving. Literally, decision making is not mine anymore.
Ooh,
And
I don't know.
right.
Then.
It's
I don't know.
about right. That's what I'm saying. It's
Just
about
kidding.
learning to give up control, though, because
that's
we are
hard for
control
me.
freaks.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
control freaks. You have to be able to give up control and hand it to somebody. And yes, you do have to trust that they are going to take that control and do good things with it.
You know. So, you know.
But okay,
So,
but
I want 50-50.
I will say
I want
this.
everybody's cup of tea. I
will
do want to
say,
be
though-
soft. I want to be the woman at the house, but do I want you to tell me everything to do? Nada.
I just
Pick out my
spent this
clothes.
weekend.
Hell no.
I just spent the weekend at a convention, and there
could
was
take
a
turns.
lot of classes there, and so they were talking about this though.
You could be a switch.
is that people who are in this community are very good communicators because they have to negotiate everything they're doing, right? And then they also have to be flexible with their negotiations. So it's a lot of boundary setting. It's a lot of boundary respecting.
I'm out for that reason. I'm horrible.
Yeah,
at
and
setting
it's a lot
boundaries.
about negotiating those as we change as human beings, right?
Yeah.
And so people who are in that community, like some weirdos have found their way in, but they're pretty easy to figure them out pretty quick because they don't know the language and they don't know how to, they don't know how to treat people, and they're just abusers. Right. But people who are in the community, one, like I have a couple and they would be considered like my protector couple. I do not engage with them sexually. It's nothing like that. But if I'm dating, I'm letting the two of them check. Right. So I'm vetting somebody and I'm also like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's being said. am I missing any red flags? Because you just do, right? Which is why it's good when you're dating to have your friends check too.
And it's good to
right?
date.
Because
I would say my
it's
community,
good to date.
The dating part, I don't know. I don't hear a lot of people dating. And
What is your community?
35 and younger. Maybe African American, Black.
Me too, girl. Me too.
I like them older.
Okay, maybe I like older too, though.
I do.
Like,
I date men my own age. I'm just playing.
Lord Jesus, I don't fucking know no more because. So my significant other was older than me, and I start talking to people a little younger than me. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I like anymore when it comes to age. I know I don't want nobody too young because I can't do that neither. Just the fact that I was a mother at a young age. My daughter's dang near 17, so you can't be 23, 25. It just doesn't sit well with me.
Oh, I've had 22-year-olds in my inbox talking about, let me be your dom. And I'm like,
So,
my child is older than you,
think I can't
sweetheart.
handle
Like,
you?
that's gross.
I'm like, well, what handling are you trying to do?
That's
Well, my
disgusting.
recent ex is 12 years younger than me.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe one day.
What is the Chinese zodiac? They're like
But he
8.
doesn't even-
Is it 8
I mean,
years or 7 years? 7 years.
I'm just saying, he don't.
You just did.
He
you
don't
just
seem
did
like
2
he's that much
cycles.
younger than me.
Yeah,
2 cycles on the Chinese
He's on the block
zodiac.
on
But
that.
sometimes you're looking at your goofiness
Are you
compared to
calling
you.
me immature?
No. Because you're not. You're just goofy. So sometimes that's the part that you're thinking about. But mentally, he is still younger. And I think that's where the separation is coming in between y'all.
Okay, fair.
So you get what I'm saying? Because you're goofy, you're playful, you like video games and drinking beer.
Dang, I don't drink beer, but just tell her drink beer. Crystal?
I don't drink beer. What you got outside?
Tequila.
No. Well, she definitely drinks that. But no, what's seltzer?
Seltzer.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She's like tequila. Yeah, we know you drink
Purple
tequila.
Passion.
What? That pickle shot? She got me drinking it. I'm
No,
like,
it's just pickle juice. You just take your shot with your pickle juice. It keeps you hydrated.
I know it helps.
And it tastes good.
I actually like it. You turned me on to it. I like it. Okay.
We'll be drinking 10 of those on Saturday.
Correct. Okay, so, but my Lord, you see this girl? This is why she's my friend. But this is like, so what I'm saying is, I don't know. I'm like, this last 2 years, I was a yes person until my divorce, and not only my divorce, family too. It's like everything hit me at once. Let me say that. Everything. Like, I mean, business is going good. I'm celebrating everybody there is. And I didn't even notice, and I said this before, I never celebrated myself. My birthday, I could not find a single picture by myself. When I did my
She had to crop it.
I could not find a single
It was such a
picture with
beautiful
just
picture, though.
Shaniqua. And that was my reception party.
I have so many pictures by myself. It's crazy.
But that's what part. That's crazy. I mean, you do love y'all. You do that now. But I just
taking
don't.
pictures.
I find myself every time I'm out, I'm celebrating everyone else. My whole life has been celebrating. I just been celebrating everybody. We doing trips. Mama's birthday. We're doing here. I'm putting the family together. I'm getting family T-shirts made. Six Flags is, because that is my happy place. And I don't want to change that because that is still my happy place. But I have to realize that I can't create just the happy place, right? Everybody has to create the happy place in our home. And I am just the one that's creating this happy place. Everybody's like, well, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Where are we going to go? And I'm like, okay, I got it. But then I'm like, my time come. Ain't nobody saying, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Where are we going to go? Right? So I realized that within this last 2 years, so it was not only just the divorce, but it was also family members. Everyone that I realized, I mean, I'm a great auntie. I'm an auntie. I've been everybody's mama. Young, 8 years old, kids was dropped off on me, or let me say I'm staying at home, Lord, don't come get them. I'm grown now, but I'm staying at home and I'm watching everybody, kids cooking for them. I've been a parent before I was a parent.
Right.
And I didn't realize that until, honestly, these last 2 years. Everything has just hit me. And so emotionally, I was numb for a year and a half. Just numb. I'm actually just coming back outside the box talking. I was numb. I didn't really talk to nobody. I've been in a house. I was so messed up that I couldn't even run my business. I had to put it on pause. Like, I had the events that were going on, but I said, hey, can y'all do this? I even had, sorry to say, I had to refund a person because I forgot. And then when I start trying to, before I mentally heal myself, when I was trying to, I was talking to clients with no confidence. I couldn't talk to them. I went to a wedding, bartended a wedding, because that's what we do. I have a hospitality company. I'm crying at the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just, I was so burnt. I just could not believe it. This strong me, always been strong. Everybody's like, da da da. I was so weak. When I tell you weak, broken, I couldn't even talk. I was just broken.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm back. But with that being said, that's why the no word is so easy for me, and it feels so damn good because I ain't never been able to say no, and I'm like, what no? And I love my nieces and nephews, and I gotta get them because them is my babies. That's my happy place. But I ain't even had energy for my babies, and I'm like, okay. I told my nieces, I said, I'm coming. I'm getting back together. I ain't gonna come back and give them great nieces and nephews because I love my family.
Don't you recognize that loving the word no also started diminishing victimhood at the same time?
It did. It felt so good. I feel like I was on top of it. I'm like, no. I said, just say it. Oh, God, girl, it feels good right now.
It doesn't. I feel so bad.
No.
I feel so bad. I have literally given what I don't have to my kids.
So here's the skill.
I don't want to tell them no.
The skill to put in place to stop doing that.
You're looking at me crazy today.
You're talking.
The skill that you put into play to stop doing that, and maybe write it. You know, I have people write things with a dry erase marker on their mirrors or on their windows.
I got a bunch of stuff written on my mirror.
You're always saying no to somebody. Why should it be you? Because when you say no, when you tell me yes. Right? If I'm like, can you make a cake for my birthday? And it's the same day as your birthday, but I'm like, I really have to have your cake.
You know I'm making that cake. Right?
Okay. Jeez. So you said no. But here's the thing. When you said yes to me,
the cake ain't going to be the same.
What I learned in that moment, if I know it's your birthday too, one, I'm a butthole for asking you in the first place. But what I learned is that you'll put me first. Thank you. And then guess what I'm going to do?
I've created monsters in my life.
Specifically, right? I would not do this to somebody, but this is what takers do. They're like, oh, you'll put me first.
Yeah.
Hey, Friday, can you watch my kids? Because all of us are going out, but I don't have babysitters, so will you watch my kids on Friday?
I feel so bad when I have to tell my son no to watch those kids. I feel so bad. I do. I mean, I still have to say no. There are times I have to say no, but like if I know I can do something, I'm going to do it. And I am trying. Okay, I am working on it.
But the skill here that you need to put into place, so you could say, well, I just don't do that. Okay. But for your listeners, learning how to not be a victim, right? These are the skills that they need to put in place. So you need to put them in play too and model it.
Yeah.
Is if I say yes to you, when I say no to myself, what kind of impact is that going to have on me? Before you give them an answer. So it's not that you're always going to tell everyone no. What I'm saying is take a beat. You know what? My calendar's really full right now. Let me take a look and see if I can squeeze that in. Even if I don't have shit on my calendar, but scrubbing my own teeth. You know what I mean? You have to get into the habit of just not giving immediate answers. Let me get back to you here in a day or two. Let me take a look at my schedule and see if I can get that in. And in that 2 days, you sit and think about it. If I tell them yes, I'm telling me no. This will feel really good, but what does the no mean for me? And right? Like, if I'm not doing something, what would I be doing for myself in the time I was going to bake Rebecca that cake?
Playing that video game.
Okay.
But if that's your happy place, that's your happy place. Because at the end of the day,
it doesn't matter what the activity is.
You don't have anything for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I get
so
it.
you're trying to build a business.
And I can
you're trying to do so much.
Nobody else, healthy people are not going to tell you yes just because they can. I don't. I have all kinds of time in the world, and I say no all the time because what I do is I set up my calendar in color codes, right? Which is another way of like getting rid of this codependent behavior. Is I put my work in green because money,
right,
and then I put my self-care in blue because I like water because I'm a fire sign. So anything I'm doing that self-care goes in my blue, and I block it off in 1 hour increments. And then I have friend time, family time, alone time, right? Because
which is separate from your self-care time?
Yes, it is. Self-care is actively doing something to care for myself. Alone time is inactively doing nothing.
Which is very healthy.
Yeah, so I will say I have recently been doing that, and that feels amazing.
Right. So if I come in and I'm like, can I have a cake? But what if your day is pretty full, and then the time you're making my cake is actually your SpongeBob drool time.
Seriously.
You know, like Patrick. No, it's not SpongeBob. Patrick would be like, "Boo."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Literally.
Everybody needs that
Starfish
time.
on the bed and everything.
So instead of getting to starfish on the bed and drool, you're making me a cake.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel good to you? In the long run? Absolutely not.
Don't feel good to me.
Push you out that chair.
No, seriously, it doesn't. I'm not gonna lie. For the first time, I look at my phone and I be like ringing. I'm like, oh, I love y'all, but not today.
Yeah, my
feels so
sister said
good.
she did me like that on Saturday.
I'm
Yeah,
she
and
had
I
to.
looked at it like this with my
Because
arm, and I
don't get me wrong,
said,
if it's
She
an
was probably
emergency
hungover.
or something like
Nah, she
that,
was
they'll call
sleepy.
more than once.
Yep.
Or they'll shoot me a text. But mentally,
Right.
I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm just chilling here watching my chalk.
And
Because that's
my
new
lack
habit.
of preparedness is not your emergency, right? So if I didn't make a cake in time or order a cake in time, that is not your emergency.
It's not.
That was my lack of having a backup plan or having picked the wrong cake spot or not buying a cake, whatever I was going to do, right? So like my lack of being ready is not your emergency.
That's crazy that you say that, because I'm actually dealing with a situation right now where somebody's lack of
preparedness.
they have almost, I don't want to say intruded, but they are now living with me.
Hell no.
Yeah. And then yesterday their car got impounded because their tags were bad. And in Kansas, if it's over 90 days, they automatically take your car. So as soon as we get done here, I'm leaving to go pick them up from work.
You are? Why?
I don't want to say who it is, but somebody very close to me. And but I just feel like me and my siblings always say that it always ends up on me.
Why?
All the time. Because I'm the oldest, and them heifers are so good at saying no.
It's not that. It's because you're still in
Because you'll
victim
say
mode.
yes. Yeah.
What you just said is what you said in the first episode.
What? That I'm
Because
still in
I'm
victim
the
mode?
old. Because it's what you're victim
Yeah,
of.
I'm also the
Oh, because
oldest.
I'm the
so
oldest.
used to having
You're
to take
so
care of
used to it.
and everything.
I'm also
Because,
the
trust
oldest,
me,
and
if
I'm
you-
not doing that.
Yeah, if you tell
But
them,
your oldest and young self was not the same as my oldest young self. When I was your age, like my mother left us for like a year and a half, which when you're a kid, it takes a long time. So I got pushed into I have to take care of all
not
this.
cutting you off, but again, you're still what this episode is about. What you just did is you compare your childhood with hers. You're in victim mode still.
Because when my parents got divorced, I absolutely had to step in and
And you
do
just
a lot
compared
of
y'all
things.
because
Yeah.
you're still in victim mode. What does your childhood have to do with who you are today?
That's
Well,
exactly
it's learned
right.
behaviors. It's
It
learned
is.
behaviors, but
It
it
is.
doesn't
Behavior.
excuse it, right?
It does not, and it doesn't mean you have to
excuse
still do it now that you, however old you
No,
are.
I think it's just a lifetime of learned
and it's,
behavior.
You have to unlearn it.
I do.
You have.
So
to
while we're
unlearn
talking
it.
about learn how to unlearn
Right.
it, what
It's
can we
the
do
no.
to unlearn?
It is saying no to everything,
It's saying
or
no.
saying I need a day or two to make a decision about this so that you actually think it through. Because if you're making very quick snap decisions, you're more likely to say yes out of habit.
Yeah.
You have to slow yourself down and be mindful.
And the other thing that I think about too is like I've had so much help throughout my life with my friends and my family, and so then I think like how dare I not give help to others when I've been getting
people help
help
me all the time. I don't do my car. People help me all the time. I still say, let me think on that. Let me check my schedule. And then I check in with myself first. And then I
nobody
say,
told you not to say yes.
yeah,
But
it's not
nobody
that you
didn't
can't
tell
ever
you
say
to
yes.
Just say yes.
But
You
say
have
yes.
to learn how to say no.
Yes, you have to learn how to say no, and you have to learn how to say yes with purpose, not just cause.
There you go.
Because that's what I
a
do.
good one.
Because that's who I am. Because no, you're not. That's not what you do. That's not who you are. So you've got to do it with purpose, which is why I say give yourself a day
Talk
to
to your
look.
teen daughter.
You
baby.
know,
Check
I'm
me.
in quotes. Look at look at your schedule and look within. Why am I saying yes to this? And when I say yes to this, what does it mean? What am I not going to do for myself in that same time? Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? It's all of that. So Kayla and I work together. I've got my trauma. I'm still working on that in my body at times. There's 2 times a year when it gets really bad. Mm-hmm. And also, she's running a business. She's doing her thing. We've got a lot on our plates, right? Mm-hmm. And so I say to her, Kayla, my hips are locked up. Can you meet me at the office on Tuesday at 6? Because that's when I'm off work and that's what works best for me. What would be your answer? Legitimately be right now in our Tuesday night at 6.
I would literally be like, let me look at my calendar and let me see what I can do for you. Okay. Oh, I do now. Sorry, I forgot I got a new job.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Wait, you got a new job?
It's just like a little side gig.
So you left us to go somewhere else?
No, not to go somewhere else. It's just something like small.
Gosh.
Yeah. Girl, please.
Okay, so what would you say? Because I'm like, Tuesday night is when I'm available and I'm in so much pain, Kayla. Can you meet me at the office at 6 and unlock my hips?
No, then I would say no. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Let me try to find out a different time in the week to help you out.
And I'm in so much pain.
And, I mean, partnership is a great thing, too.
Yeah.
They can't do just what you do, but they can at least temporary help.
And then I would say, Wednesday morning works for me.
Okay. So Wednesday morning, thank you. I'll see you at 9 a.m.
Oh, what you do?
I'll call and wake you up.
Right. Okay, ladies. So, my God. What's funny? Something's wrong with her. I'm sorry. My co-host is crazy, as you guys already know. Y'all know him. You know, and you probably crazy too because you act like her. You can just control it a little bit more. And then I know you're crazy because you act like me, and I can't control it, and you can't either. So it works out. But so I guess my biggest thing. We all have a story. Everyone has a story. Mm-hmm. Some, as you told me, you don't compare your stories. Because we all have a story and we all deal with them differently, right?
Right.
Victim, from what I see and what we've all discussed, is one of the most, what word I want to use? It's the true problem when it comes to mental health a lot of times, is because we're stuck in a place and we're not allowing ourselves to heal. So to people, like, unfortunately, I had to go through a divorce and family walking out and everybody being so selfish for me to be like 20 punches in my face, black eyelid bleeding, tooth missing, had to go to the dentist and replace it. Not literally, but it felt like that. Mm-hmm. So what would you say for those people that are struggling? What steps is it that you would recommend for them to take? What steps would you recommend for us to take? I'm still in a healing process. Mm-hmm. Obviously, my homegirl is too. So what steps? What's so funny about that? It's your cute face. You just make me laugh every time I look at you. So not like that. I'm just saying because you're so goofy, and then you give me this smirk, and then I gotta lose control. So what steps would you honestly like? How can you help us, help our listeners? What step is it to take to get out of victim mode, to start getting that healing, to start getting those hip massages, to start getting the therapy that is needed? I'm just being funny, but honestly,
literally though, that's one of the steps I would say is doing the massages, because you're somatically moving things through your body. Mm-hmm. But we've kind of mentioned it in this conversation. Step one would be is slow down and quit saying yes.
Okay.
Mindfully make your decisions, right? But then mindfully check your calendar and make sure that you're putting aside time every single day to reflect and to take a look at your life and see, right? Because part of Crystal's thing is she's like, well, no, but that's because she's still in it, so she can't see it.
Yeah.
Right? The only way you're going to see it is if you really slow down and take the time to be able to recognize that alone, but also in community. Right.
Gotcha.
So like, that's why we have Soul's Tribe, is because we know single-handedly, neither one of us could have gotten where we are today if we sat in a room by ourselves to do it. It doesn't work.
Beautiful.
Right. So you've got to do it with people.
I believe
you've got to be mindful. You've got to work on the somatic pieces in your body. Right. Like, massage. We're actually talking about maybe trying to take a couple of classes that include dance and, that will also like body movement that helps shake it out. So whether you go do yoga or go do a booty class, or, you know, like you don't want to overdo aerobics because that can actually push women's body into fat storing mode for some reason. But we need to be moving. You know, you've got to shake it out. If you watch a deer jump across the highway, you'll know, if you're paying attention, you'll notice that when they get to the other side of the highway, they stop. They don't head off into the woods where the coyotes are until they have shaken. Right? That was scary as shit. I almost got hit by a semi truck. They're standing on the side of the road and they go, right? And they shiver it off of their nervous system. Because what happens when you're afraid, when you're stressed out, is your cortisol is raising in your body, right? When your cortisol is high, it's keeping all of your stress hormone high. It blocks the right kind of hormones that come in for joy, and it keeps you sad, depressed, anxious, right? So movement is really important. And sometimes it gets locked up, right? And so doing massage, doing Reiki, doing energy work, being in community when you're talking about it, being open to hearing it, receiving it, accepting that your reality is not how you want it to be, and then doing the steps to make that change. When people are a victim of, and they're my clients, oftentimes they ask themselves, what did I do wrong? Right? It's me. We make it about me, myself, I. And when you're able to flip that and be like, why does Rebecca want my cake? Right? Or why does Rebecca need that cake? Because one of them made it about you, because I need your cake. And the other one is just that Rebecca needs cake. Right? And so taking the I, me, my, myself statement when you're talking about what's happened, if someone else has done something to you that created a victim mentality, look at them for who they are. What did they do? And keep yourself out of it. Don't project it onto yourself. And if that person's a bad person for what they did, then say that. Right? But you didn't do anything wrong.
Don't
in
take
that
the blame.
moment. Don't take the blame for what somebody else did. The other piece of that is, you know, I'm not letting someone... I'm not going to let somebody bind me again fully. I never will
Gotcha.
ever let both hands be bound at the same time. I will never do it again. Right? Because had I had one hand loose, I probably could have gotten away. I could have fought a little harder. I could have at least attempted to protect myself more. That was my responsibility because I'm the one that said yes. Right? So moving forward, 2 legs and an arm? Sure. But I will always have at least one hand loose.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So then I feel powerful because now I have decided what to do for me to avoid becoming a victim again. Does that mean it could never, ever happen just because I have one hand loose? No. Right? But I'm going to at least take that precaution. Right? Because I never would have thought somebody 11 years in would have done that to me either. Right? Like, you just don't expect that. But I'm sure as crap not going to be like, hi, nice to meet you. Want to bind me? Like, no.
Right.
Absolutely. Would never choose to do that.
Yeah.
So part of it is, where can you be powerful without being defensive? Right? And making sure that the blame is on the person that it belongs to, and being mindful about how you're making your own choices and why you're making them.
Also, just allowing yourself to feel these emotions. There's going to be a lot of them depending on what your situation is. And not feeling guilty for not being yourself in that moment either, because we all need our time to heal. We're not going to be who we were before whatever happened, but just acknowledging where you are and being able to recognize that, taking the time by yourself if you need it, but also not isolating yourself completely. Just doing whatever feels right, but also holding yourself accountable so that you don't, slip off into the deep dark depth of depression or anything like that, but we do heal in community. I will say that. So for me, my situation, my last relationship, terrible. But there was about 2.5 months where I was just like by myself
Yeah.
at home. You know, I needed that though.
Me too.
Of course, everybody was like, where are you? You know, like, come be with us, you know, but they didn't understand that you need that time by yourself so you can figure out what the fuck even happened.
And I will say this, even my time of being by myself, you had those that really did check on me. And then you had some that fell off and thought that I was acting funny.
Right.
So you start, what
You
happened
really
is,
realize a lot.
there you go, is that I was acting funny because you couldn't benefit from me anymore.
Exactly.
And so I'm acting, but you never realized that I didn't make a post on social media, that I wasn't promoting my business, that you didn't reach out. So you chose to remove yourself off of social media. You chose to not follow me anymore, or you chose to not answer, but nobody ever reached out.
And they made it about them.
They made it about them.
I was going to say, sometimes I have, because when all of that happened for me, and early on, years into that relationship, I had a friend, and she came to me and was like, you haven't talked to me in a month, and I've been having problems with this man that I'm dating, and da-da-da-da-da. And you have been a horrible friend because you didn't check on me. And I looked at her and I was like, did it ever occur to you that maybe I wasn't okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
And the look on her face was like, and I was like, yeah, you stepped, like, the whole shoe is in your mouth.
Yeah.
Right? Because she was projecting, like, she made assumptions, which we do as humans. But as we get healthier, or as we take time to be mindful, it's a lot easier than to go, oh, they're not doing that to me. Right? Which, again, victim statement. They did this to me. They're doing it for themselves. Right? My partner did not do that to me that day. He did it for himself. Right? His whole thing was, he did not assault me. We've been together 11 years.
Yeah.
He wanted to feel powerful that day because apparently he'd been feeling weak. I don't know.
That happens. Right? I come to realize that.
And so he did not, in his mind, I can guarantee you, if you asked him, hey, did you assault her? No. What are you talking about? I guarantee you, he would not even realize. Not bright, but you know what I mean? I don't know. What was the first guess? I was not happy with that, right?
I get it. It happens.
But he did it out of a place of, it was exciting him, right? He got flooded with all those endorphins from having that much power. And he was high off of that and not ready to let it go. Right? So in his mind, he is like, no, I didn't do that. I love her. She freaked out. I don't know why. Right? So it's another one of those statements, like, people are not against you. They're for themselves.
That's it. That is beautiful.
crazy.
That is so beautiful.
That is. That's so true.
So, ladies, did you have anything you want to say? Any final questions or anything?
No, I think you really answered all the questions that I had.
It was a good session.
I just to recap, because not everybody has money to go to a therapist, or not everybody has money to get massages. So for me, the takeaway is, for those that don't have the money, is go outside, go for a walk.
Yep.
You know, be around your friends and your family.
Community.
Don't fully isolate. I will say, like, this summer, although I have been, like, went through the breakup, this has actually been one of the best summers I've had in my life.
I believe
Like,
that.
and it's mostly, I've done so much stuff, and I've kept myself busy, and, like, with my community, with my friends. Like, so although, like, you know, people are going through hard things, staying with their community will help them, like, move them forward. Yoga is free at your house. YouTube, some exercises.
I will say, like, therapy's not always cheap, but there are places that you can go, right? So if you are low income, if you have food stamps, things like that, if that's where you're at, there are actually a lot of places you can go. So for a list, I would say MNU has a community counseling center where you're working with interns.
Okay.
Most colleges who have a counseling program have some kind of counseling center that their students are working out of. Those are usually very low. You can go to your county. So I live in Kansas, Johnson County Mental Health. In Missouri, it's TRICARE. I think they're pretty overwhelmed. But there's a lot of churches who offer counseling internship placement for people who are in school. Those are sometimes free. Sometimes churches, if you go to a church, you might go and ask if they pay for your therapy, because some of them, that's part of the funds that they collect will help pay for therapy. Your job, oftentimes they have an EHR, and so you'll get like 8 sessions with somebody and it's paid for completely. So there are resources out there. Some of the online therapy ones are not awesome, but you could get started at least,
heard a lot about betterhealth.com. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
on the podcast,
I'm not going to promote that because the man who owns it got angry with his therapist, and that's why he started that company, and then like severely lowballed what people pay. So I don't have any respect for that whatsoever. I don't think it serves to take food off of our tables. Like, people think, oh, you charge this much for therapy, and they think I'm actually taking all of that money home. But that's, there's rent, there's light bill, there's marketing, I mean, there's a ton of expenses that go into running your own business. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I struggle to pay my bills. Yeah. Legitimately, I struggle to pay my bills, and I charge like the average rate for Kansas City. But if you're struggling, ask your therapist too. If you find a therapist, be like, do you have a sliding scale? I have a sliding scale.
Payment arrangement, something.
Right.
I will say
you could do like every other week. You could do once a month just to have that extra support. Because if people are serious about it, I mean, this is when, everybody's like, well, it's so unaffordable, but they just bought a new car. Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's really a priority. How much do you value the therapeutic process or understand the therapeutic process versus, what's your motivation level? Because some people will pay for a gym membership. Other people will say, I'm going to put that on hold for a while, and I'm going to go to therapy.
Most definitely.
So it just, because you can walk for free outside. So part of it is, like, how much do you value it?
But I will say, like, for me, it was very discouraging at the beginning of the summer. I called, no exaggeration, over 25 therapists. And, at that time, right now I'm uninsured. At that time, I had Missouri Medicaid, right? And nobody wants to take Missouri Medicaid.
Well, a lot of people don't take insurance in general.
Yeah. Most therapists don't.
Yeah,
we don't.
But I was trying to find somebody that was at least affordable, because at that time, like, I did not have a gym membership.
What's affordable to you?
Not $150 an hour. That's
sometimes
rough.
It only takes
I paid $250 for 1 hour. That's a lot. That's a lot to come off of every week. Hell, even every other week, that's a lot to come off of. Right? So, I mean, my advice is just don't give up on trying to find some type of mental health relief is my point.
Also,
because that was very discouraging.
I mean,
for me.
even a lot of off, you can do it monthly and get homework sent home and like, there's ways. So, like, when we started, when I was trying to do it, it was ways where you can do it, homework and communication. Sitting there and talking is $150, but there is ways that they'll still communicate, give you homework and assignments that went within that session.
Yeah. I have some people I only see. There's some people I see every other week for 30 minutes, and then I give them a ton of homework because they're very motivated on their own, and they actually do it, and they come back in and they process or ask questions, get corrections. You have to, I will say, I do think it's hard to find somebody you mesh with, that you click with, that they're, the way that they do therapy is going to be good and it's affordable for you. It's kind of like dating. Like, because you're going to get super vulnerable in that room. Right. And so I will, I'm validating that. I've had people call me and they're like, you're the 15th person and you're the only one who called me back. Right. And I'm like, yeah. And so I tell people all the time, even if I'm not for you, if I'm not affordable for you, if I'm not the person for you, leave me a text message or leave me a voicemail. I will call you back. And even if I'm not your person, I will give you a bunch of numbers to call. I'll still help you because I know how hard it is to find that person in the first place. Plus, if I sit and chit chat with you for 30 minutes in a free consult, I have a pretty good idea of your personality. So I'm an Aries, Gemini rising with a Virgo moon, and I am not for everyone, like, I'm very blunt. I'm very like, here's your homework. And if you don't do it, I'm like, really? How much time were we wasting? Like, I'm kind of hard on my clients, but the ones that come to me and stay, that's what they want.
Yeah.
You know, they want the, you know, kind of like, you know, you're in the gym and your guy's like, push harder, you know, like I'm that, but a therapist, right?
Yep.
So, but there are therapists out there who will be super gentle and talk you through it and let you take a lot of time, where I'm more like, do you want to fix this or not?
Yeah.
Right? Like, do you want to, we can process your pain, but is rerunning through that for the 400th time going to make change tomorrow? Right? So it just depends on what kind of therapist you have.
That makes sense.
You know,
and
like,
that's great information.
Yeah.
So can you, if anyone that is watching this show, listening to this show, can you give them information on how to contact you, just in case they want to connect with you, or just in case you can assist them to find the person that they're needing to help with?
So on social media, you can find Kayla and I at Authentic Souls Tribe. You can, let's see, that's Instagram. On Facebook,
Authentic Soul Tribe. We also have a website, AuthenticSoulsTribe.com. Hit us up on there. TikTok, I have my own personal account, and so does Becca.
so I have dbtkansas.com, but I'd rather you just text me at 913-213-4055. If you call, I don't answer because I get like 25 unknown calls a day trying to sell me a website, and I'm not answering the phone anymore. So leave me a voicemail or shoot me a text. It's the easiest way.
Okay.
Aside from therapy, if you're feeling just kind of ick in your body, there's tons of different grounding techniques that you can look up. Breath work is huge. Nervous system regulation, anything. Those are going to be your keywords. Just look it up, YouTube, even TikTok. They have a lot of really good ones too, and obviously all free.
But Kayla, how do they get a massage with you? Because you're awesome.
And a massage from me too. I know that, you know, $100 for a session can seem like a lot, but the way that I tell my clients too is like, you have no problem going out to dinner, spending $50, you know, dinner, drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is something that's actually going to benefit you. And for me to get results with me, I would suggest coming like once a month. So that's something to do. But I am best able to contact on Instagram, kaylawin.lmt, or you can text me 913-443-5599.
Kayla, do you do just women or do you do men as well?
Right now I'm only doing women, unless I know you as a male or you are a referral from somebody. That's just my policy right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
They can also come if they want to get to know us the first Monday of every month. So October 6th will be our second time doing this. We bought sound bowls. We're learning.
My daughter got to enjoy those.
Yes, she did.
So we, 6:30 p.m. It'll be October 6th, I think is the first Monday in October. If you drop us a DM on Instagram is probably the easiest way to do that. I think we're putting up a sign up genius kind of thing just so that we can make it easier, because we're not just giving our address out over the internet for everyone. But if you're interested in coming, we'll give you the address so you can come join us. We're going to do sound bowls. It's free. Come in, you can bring a blanket, pillow.
And this is the first Monday of every month.
Yep, first Monday
I don't think this
of
podcast
every
is gonna
month.
air until after October 6th.
Okay.
So that's okay. But yeah, so it'll November, the first of November, Monday, December. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every month.
First Monday of every month.
What? I'm just saying.
Too much
It's the
information.
truth. It's
So,
the truth.
ladies, oh my God, I will say this was super fun. I feel like this bonding session, we have to do this outside of just this podcast, because I really did enjoy you ladies.
Always enjoy you guys.
As you guys know, we are here, Shaniqua and Crystal, baby. And it's definitely been a pleasure. On our healing journey. As you know, we're still working on it for sure. We're not.
We all are.
I know. I'm just
we
looking at
all
you.
are.
You're my partner.
You're looking at me with
No, I'm
with
still
intent.
working. Don't get me wrong. I see now. I went from like healing to yes. Now I'm like, no, don't talk to me. Brick wall. So now I got to find an in between. But like right now, I'm like brick wall. So I'm still learning too. Okay.
We're all learning.
Yeah, we are, and I think it's going to be something that is a life going thing. Like I really do. But our goal is to really try to get our ladies definitely out of victim mode.
to be stronger, not only for ourselves, but also for the men and whoever you choose to date.
Whoever you choose.
Because I don't know. But we can go from there. But I do want to thank you guys so much. It truly has been a pleasure. But before you get up out of her, I need you to tell me what you send F no to.
This Friday.
Becca, you go first. Anything about mine?
I just opened up my dating profile again. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm saying F no to 9 p.m. text messages when I haven't heard from you all week. Ask me, what is it?
Doing?
What are you doing? Why?
Why?
It's not even spelled out. WYD? Sir, no.
Yeah.
No. F no.
Period.
I will stay home and pet my cat.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
I am saying F no to self-sabotaging, you know, with the people pleasing and everything. I've been working with Becca on this myself. So this whole conversation was just kind of looping it back in. But yeah, just saying no to things that I would normally say yes to, just over helping, you know, just focusing on myself.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Crystal.
You go.
Oh God. Y'all are just alike. I will be saying F no to on this Good Friday. I will say mines will be just thinking about the weeks that I've been dealing with. I will say F no to, this one is actually hard this week, to storytelling. That would be mine. Yeah, I want to use storytelling. Quit trying to change my words, man.
I'm asking for clarification.
Just storytelling. However you want to take it. Just storytelling. Some people just like to tell stories. And sometimes I just want to say F no to those things. Because sometimes storytelling can be great, right? You tell a good story, but sometimes I find myself sitting here talking about a whole bunch of jibber jabber that I don't want to talk about. So therefore, storytelling.
Yeah, like I need more depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we wasting? I don't want to waste. You know, and with that being said, time. Oh, did you hear my stomach? I'm hungry. Okay. You know, you just have your life. I don't want to waste any more time. And I don't care how simple it is. If it's a bunch of storytelling, I don't want to sit and talk about it. And that's it. Because sometimes you just find yourself just sitting there and you're like, oh God, I don't know what they're talking about. And you're just 15 minutes down. And you're just sitting there and you don't know what's going on. And you just wasted 15 or 30 minutes of your life. And I could have thought about 15 or 30 minutes that I could have been doing. Next thing you know, it's an hour. I'm just being honest. And you're just like fake laughing and stuff. I don't want it no more. Right. So that's what I experienced within the last, I just don't want to do it.
You could have been in an Epsom salt bath.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. So storytelling will be mine. And this is just how my week went. So that's what I'm going off of.
I don't know. I still haven't thought about it. I think maybe F no to violating my privacy.
See?
Yes, no to that, because that's not okay in any form. Like, if it's something, I don't want to share, I don't have to.
That's true.
If it's my own personal property, I don't have to share.
Period.
And you're in violation. If you get into my phone, it's violation.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Thanks. Thank you, ladies,
if you
for
want
having us.
you better marry me.
Right. Well, thank you guys so much for following us.
Thank you,
ladies, for coming.
Absolutely.
This is F No Friday. And please follow us. Tell us what you're saying F No to on this Good Friday to better yourself.
And we out.